What's up, y'all? Welcome to the channel. I'm Jay.
I'm Jess.
And this is... Russell's React. So hit them like, share, bell, and subscribe buttons for me. Keep the comments coming as well. Check out my playlist down in the description box where you'll also find a link there to buy us a coffee to help support this channel. And you can also give me a suggestion and then you'll get a shout out plus an ASAP reaction from me of something that you want, or toss up a unique idea. We'll come up with something different. You know, if you want to do something different, we'll figure out what we can do. Also, never forget to go support these artists, this one being Ren. Also, never forget to go support these artists on their own channels. This one being Ren. Make sure you're watching his content through his channel and supporting him in any way that he's available for you to do so. So this one is the one I was telling you about that me and Jared did. It's a 3-part series. It's called The Tale of Jenny and Screech. So in this specific video, Ren just put all 3 of them together. When me and Jared did them, we did them in 3 individual videos. And at the time, I was so new to Ren, I didn't really know that they all, you know, should be done together exactly. Jared was telling me that we should do them in order, but so they were saying, I wish you'd have done them all together. So I said, well, this would be a good time to, you know, expose you to them.
Get me involved.
Yeah, so now we're going to get you involved. And we're going to do them all in one take. So it's a total of 13.5 minutes of video. And this is kind of in preparation. I don't know if they exactly go together. I would assume they do. I don't know that I've heard that they do. So y'all could tell me if I'm right or wrong on that. But that Vincent's Tale is, you know, like a 4th installment of this. So we're kind of doing this in preparation to that, if that's the case too. And we'll do that one together. So if you go way back in my catalog, the very first Ren video that we did was, do you remember?
Hi, Ren.
Hi, Ren. And that was the first Ren video exposure I had. It was the first Ren exposure she had. We were both thrown way off.
Way off.
Way off. So with that being the first video and stuff, and that's the video that's blowed up of his. That one's got, I think, like 5 or 10 times more views than any of his other content. So it's exploded. But as far as this goes compared to that, this is the musical style of this is very similar. So just be prepared for that. I'm just going to give you that one little heads up. Otherwise, I can't give you too much heads up because I don't remember a whole lot about it and I was missing all kinds of stuff myself. So let's get it.
It was a quiet, dark night in an empty street somewhere in London City. Jenny walked alone, she was dragging her feet. She was heading back home to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, because she walked it about 1,000 times before. She wanted to escape. Can you blame? Well, on the very same night, in a different place, there walked this hooded young youth by the name of James. He was 14 years old and out of his brain. He'd been smoking ganja with the boys. James, he grew up to be a kid of the street. His mates called him Screech. He was quick on his feet. He was a liar, a thief. At 14 years old, the devil had set his sights on his soul. As Jenny walked home all alone, she felt scared. Usually she was alright, but it was like there was something in the air. A divine intervention telling her to beware. Maybe intuition bugging her and making her so scared.
So do you know the 2 characters yet?
Jenny and another J. Didn't they say a J? Didn't he say a J?
Screech is going to be the...
I didn't hear Screech. Did I miss Screech?
Uh,
I thought he said a different name. James or something.
I don't think so.
Oh, Lord.
He may not have said Screech, I'll give you that. I know he said like a hooded young youth, this and that. So I don't know if you heard of that, but basically you got Jenny walking down the street,
Yeah.
and then you also have this
This other-
14-year-old young youth in a
Okay.
hood. So
Sound in the distance to the beat of Jenny. Maybe intuition bogging her and making her so scared. Siren sound in the distance to the beat of Jenny's feet. A symphony of the night that echoes crime on London streets. Jenny turns a corner, their eyes they meet. Our poor girl Jenny, a boy named Screech. Give me all your money, bitch, give it to me. If you cooperate, then you'll soon be free. I want your purse, your phone, don't fucking look at me. I mean it, bitch, are you listening to me? Jenny freezes statue like a lady shakes stalactite. Feel like liquid nitrogen in the dark night. She tried to find strength to move, but stayed as still as a statue in high-heeled shoes. What the hell you playing at? You playing games with me? I swear to fucking God, I'll slice the rosy off your cheeks. You think I don't mean it, girl? You don't know me. The last thing you see will be a boy code. Screech reached with the sheath of the blade, with the teeth that could bite through steel and slice concrete. And he swung possessed with the devil in his chest, and the statue she was turned to butter in her breath. It was a quiet dark night in an empty street somewhere in London City. Jenny lay still on the cold concrete. She's found somewhere to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, 'cause she'd walked here about 1,000 times before. I guess that she escaped. It's such a shame.
So I was ignorant enough to think that she literally escaped.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Oh crap, she got away." Because at first I thought she died. And then I was like, "Oh crap, she got away." No, she died. So he
killed her.
he ended her life right there on the streets over.
Not giving her purse and stuff.
Yeah, just so.
And this was a 14-year-old boy?
Yeah, the boy is 14 years old. Out here robbing people and stuff. You know, it's just his normal way of being, from what I understand. But I won't read too much into that now, because, again, guys, I'm just going to be straight up with y'all. I can watch a movie, turn around the next day, watch a movie, and not
remember anything he watched.
So that's a terrible part of me, and I think that's one thing that, you know, reacting to music like this is helping me with, is getting, you know, I'm getting past the surface level of stuff and actually getting in and figuring out what the information is that the artist is providing. So, anyhow.
Well, I missed where she died, so I thought she escaped also. But
For real?
yeah.
Yeah, that's how I took it my first time. Jared had to correct me, but Jared corrected me also with an understanding of the music.
He also said that she found somewhere to lay on the ground where she had walked 1,000 times, so I guess that's where she laid, dead.
Yeah, that's where she lay dead. Where I thought that at first, and then when he said something about her escaping, I thought she escaped, but apparently she did not escape. So
it's crazy.
This one is called Jenny's Tale.
Mm-hmm.
So the video that's going to come next is called Screech's Tale.
Mm.
So then the next one, we're going to see it from Screech's point of view.
Oh, Lord.
One thing I've liked so far about Ren is, did you see where it's a Samuel and Ren video? So Samuel is the guy that does a lot of his filming,
Mm-hmm.
and they put together these one takes where they're walking through these areas like this, and the footage never stops. So, like, there's no cuts of different footage or breaks. I mean, they're going through this one take, and to me, artistically, that's pretty crazy. Not to mention, he's crazy on a guitar.
Yeah, you need to learn how to do that.
I tried.
It starts right at the end of the life of poor Jenny, clocked out like Big Ben.
So I guess this one's picking up literally where the other video ended.
This Screech, dear boy, where did he go? He melted into the black night just like snow. Patrick, man, let me in, please open the door. I think I fucked up, Patrick, really fucked up, man, I'm not sure. I got crazy, left this lady lying still on the floor. I think I killed her, Patrick, come on, man, I can't knock no more. But Screech kept on knocking till his knuckles became sore. But there's no sign of Patrick down at number 54. No refuge for our villain, for the bitter hands of fate, with something far more sinister in mind that does away. Hey, babe, are you in? No, nothing really, I'm just a bit tired, listen. Can I swing around yours for a few moments? I just really miss you, babe. What the fuck do you mean you're busy? You fucking bitch, for fuck's sakes!
14-year-old boy.
Siren sounds approaching like a banshee in the night. The shrill cry of justice cutting like the sharpest knife. But Screech was never one to run, not one to miss a fight. One hand upon his blade, he turned to face the blue lights. Come on then, you fucking cunts, let's fucking have you then. I am Screech, I'm the boss, I'm the ender of men. You think that uniform you're wearing means that you own these streets? These are my fucking streets, and they call me fucking Screech. Richard was an officer who said that's
Oh my God.
I don't know what Screech is on.
He on something.
Jared said something about meth, and then people in the comments were like, well, he was talking about just smoking weed. This is very intense behavior.
It's when you smoke weed, you don't act like that unless it's laced with something.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's laced with something, there you go.
So with the lyrics in the first video, there's something about him just smoking with the lads or something. I don't know what the exact lyric is.
Yeah.
So
Smoking ganja with the lads, yeah.
Yeah. That would be okay, except like you said, this type of behavior tends to make you think of something else.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there's all kinds of drugs out there that make you go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
yeah. Well, and this guy has decided he's about to buck up to the police with a knife.
Yeah.
So let's see how this goes.
and they call me fucking Screech. Richard was an officer who said at 6'3", working London on the night shift. What he didn't think he'd see was a boy running at him like an animal possessed. With no time to hesitate, he fired 4 bullets at Screech's chest.
This is all still one take on this footage, by the way.
Story, it ends right at the start. Young Screech and poor Jenny lying 1 street apart. An officer shaken by the boy that he claimed. 2 bodies lay lifeless, and it's such a shame. It's such a shame.
I mean, that's the truth. I think that's what hits hard about this song with so many people is how true that is, how much of a shame it is that, you know, he's 14 years old. He's dead. He's done killed a girl. That cop, imagine how the cop feels
Killing a 14-year-old.
taking a 14-year-old's life, but the man come running at him crazy.
Yeah.
So, oof. We'll take a break.
5 minutes later.
Bruh.
I'm pretty sure it's the end of it. Screech died. Jenny died.
All right, so who's Violet?
I don't know if I'd be giving it away telling you, so let's just see if you... He's so fire on that guitar, though.
London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. Rhythmic beeps and bloodstained sheets, Our Lady weeps, she's tired and frail. To set the scene, we must rewind the hands of time for Violet's tale.
He just rewound time with his guitar. So Violet's Tale, rewinding time. And I want to make a note here, just because, you know, we were talking about how Hiren being our first exposure and this and that. I'm still flabbergasted on watching him go from stuff like Hiren and this to like what we seen in Fire in the Booth, you know, or just, I mean, rapper among elite rapper levels. And then he also does the Big Push, which is like rock band stuff, and he plays the guitar and bass and piano, and he's just a phenomenal all-around artist. I just think that's just crazy to me. But let's get back to the story.
Violet was a silent girl, grew up with violent starts. Her mother was a drinker and her father was a bastard. Every night he took her tie but never left the room. I'll spare you with the things he did, I'm sure her mother knew. Violet was a silent girl, she moved out at 16. A semi-detached council flat, paid for by a welfare scheme. Packing shelves at Tesco, stacking jars like pickled bricks. She met a boy named Stevie and he was a little prick.
So here's something I missed the first time I watched it. I completely missed it all the way up until maybe when I edited the video, or someone may have even told me, but I missed the fact, here's Violet. Violet is with this guy now, whatever, right here, this few seconds of the video.
He was a prick.
She got with this prick. But before that, it was talking about how Violet's father would tuck her in, never left the room.
Mm-hmm.
So you can only imagine what he did there.
Yeah.
Mother had to know. Well, then, you know, she moved out. Now she's with a prick. So just that it's the very beginning of this video. I missed all that the first time I watched this. And going back is when it really struck a chord with me. It was crazy.
Was a silent girl and Violet, she fell fast. See, Stevie was a wrong and that he sure knew how to charm her. Every night he'd talk her tight but never left the room. History repeats itself, he'd paint her black and blue and dark. She never stood a chance. The devil comes to dance.
So her new boyfriend's beating the crap out of her, sounds like. But just back on the artistic level, he used that whole stairwell for the reverb effect that it did to his voice, just artistically knowing that. That's a side note.
Violet, why are you always so quiet? On her bedroom door and he's irate. He's been drinking and smoking, he's up late. And he stands by her bedside, she shakes, but her eyes stay shut. You fucking slut, I know you're up. And he pinches her eyelids and folds them up. Violet, why are you lying to me, Violet? She stays silent, things turn violent. That's the sound of his fists when they fall like a crashing pilot. Hit like hailstones, one to the collarbone, full force, full blown, blood splat, bone crack, knick knack, paddy whack, one to the jaw and the tooth spat, detached fist connects and disconnects a bone. A quick deflect to misdirect the blow, but nonetheless his punches met her throat. Such a mess he's left her bruised and broke. Violet, why you always so silent, Violet? Why you such a little liar, Violet? Do you think I wanna do this, Violet? In character, she stays silent. Well, say something, Violet. Silence. Fucking say something, Violet. Silence. Wait. Say something, Violet. Not one word. She stays quiet. London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. The doctor, in a state of shock, saw something here so very wrong. See, Violet, she was pregnant. Poor Violet, she was 9 months gone. Turning to the doctor, Violet broke her silence and she cried, if I'm to die right here tonight, please let my baby stay alive. The doctor soon regained composure, called the surgeon to come in. As Violet's world turned to black, the curtains closed, the lights went dim. In London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington just lost the fight to stay alive. A tragedy or a miracle, it happened on these very streets. Two twins are lying side by side. A girl named Jenny and a boy named Screech.
What? Jenny and Screech were twins and they didn't know it. And he killed his sister. Shut the front door. I'm done.
It goes just very deep into the problems of this world and stuff, and how two different people can grow up. You know, they were twin brother and sister, didn't know each other from Adam and Eve, and two different lifestyles clashed, and they both ended up dead. And there's a whole point, I think, of what I was told is, just like he said in that last video, history repeats itself.
Yeah.
You know, Violet's parents abused each other and abused her, and then she got in a relationship that was abusive, and then they had kids, and then those kids just ended up in terrible situations too. Like, just everything just constantly repeats itself. But
that's tough.
that, to me, when I was first going through those, it was like, oh, wow, oh, and then at the end, it's just like, boom, just sucker punch.
Yep.
Now, when I'm intrigued to see is what Vincent's tale is about.
Yeah.
I have no idea where that one's going. So, if that's going up and down the timeline, if we're going like in the past, in the future, where that's going. So, anyways, guys, that's our reaction to the tales. So, until next time, peace out.